PC Gaming Show, moi drodzy. E3, Day 9. Pokaż, moi drodzy. Gdzie jest nasz prowadzący?
Przerosłych.
O!
Space Year 2021. Having spent the last 12 months hunkered down and definitely not hiding in a subterranean bunker, our heroes have fled Earth aboard a spacecraft
No też.
with one
Ty, to karta
purpose.
graficzna leci.
To bring you the hottest trailers, to bring
A on
you
już
the
jest
best
siwy, czy jeszcze nie?
interviews, to bring you the PC Gaming Show.
Dobra.
Frankie!
O!
A, będzie element. O, będzie element.
Situation cleanses.
Sean!
Situation
Sean!
cleanses. Situation
Do something! Do something!
Frankie, uspokój się.
This begins now.
Oh, Deadbot, no! We have so much to live for. I'm pretty sure half my
Jak żeśmy ją widzieli na żywo i gadali, to już można śmiało powiedzieć, nasza koleżanka.
Po fachu.
Po fachu.
Bo z Twitcha, ona pracowała w Twitchu.
No.
It is so good to be back, gang, and this year we're in space.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Będziła być.
Happy to be remotely on board, Sean. Well, I'm so glad you were able to finance this year's PC gaming show by, you know, selling all those black market graphics cards you've been hoarding.
O!
Ah, yes, a crime with absolutely no real-world consequences. Hey, Frankie, wait a minute. Is that a 65-ton catapult mech model CPLTC-1 as featured in MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries?
Sean, I always knew you had immaculate taste. It most certainly is.
I can't wait for this year's significantly more weaponized PC gaming show to go off without a hitch. Which reminds me, Debbot, can you run a quick hitch scan?
Yes, Sean. Of course, Sean. Running hitch scan.
Oh, and I also
Agent
want to
Leriko
warmly
wysyła
welcome
5
someone new to the
złotych.
crew. Mika Burton, welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Bez
I'm
gadania.
so happy to be here and look forward to bringing all of you fresh new PC
Dziękujemy.
games and hardware.
Hitch scan complete. 0 hitches found presently or in 13,908,665 possible futures.
Hooray!
Yeah!
So what's the plan, Cap?
Well, Frankie, Debbot's gonna send you the coordinates for your first target, now. Your targets might be exclusive interviews, trailer premieres, or any number of amazing new computer games to beam down to the fine people on Earth.
Mission received.
Now, this is gonna continue until all the targets are acquired and our mission is completed smoothly and without a hitch. Isn't that right, Debbot?
Yes, no hitches located, Sean. Not a single hitch in sight.
But first, let's teleport down to the stage to check in on E3 happenings. The only reason we're allowed to legally be back on Earth.
Ciul. I nie ma hopa.
Oh, planet
Czy oni żyją?
Great to be back, right? Am I right?
One of my favorite planets in the whole galaxy.
It's all right.
And thank God that teleporter was conveniently built just out of frame of camera. Mika, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2021. It feels great to be back on a live stage once again. Over the next 90 minutes, we're going to bring you a showcase of some of the most exciting upcoming PC titles with world premieres and exclusive interviews.
And if dozens of new trailers wasn't enough for you guys, later in the show
Mech
we
Warrior.
are going to tell you how to win a custom
Now,
Mech Warrior
już jest
5
dostępny.
themed PC powered by Intel. So you're going to want to stick around for that.
Na Gogu nawet.
Now,
Aż
make
nie
sure
zapiszę
to
go.
keep out a special look for a special promo code throughout the show from Humble Bundle,
Civilization
during
i
which
Humble Choice.
you can get a ticket to
PC
Civilization
Gamer
6
na Humble
Platinum Edition
Choice?
for
Dobra,
just
pamiętajcie.
$10. But
Ty,
right now, we're going to kick
Gamer.
things off with Nautica Blade Point, probably the most original entry in the Battle Royale genre this year. Let's go!
Idą. Metin 3! To jest Battle Royale, tak?
Ale to już leciało dzisiaj. Ten trailer. Milion graczy niby. Nie wiem. To gra, ja nawet nie wiem co jest. No to wiem ci na Steamie, no. Nara. Ha. Nara. A.
Fajne, no. Bywało lepiej. No i teraz możemy mieć piłę mechaniczną. Ale w sierpniu nowa piła wyjdzie. No to dobrze, to trzeba kupić.
You are watching the 2021 PC Gaming Show, and I am the new cloud-based headbot. I am streaming from GeForce Now, NVIDIA's cloud gaming service that connects PC gamers like you to their own library of games.
Chyba PC gamers like you, którzy kurwa zapłacili i nie dostali karty.
Dying Light 2 and
O!
Must Die 3.
O!
A trailer for Humble Games.
Dying Light 2 będzie na GeForce Now, patrz.
GeForce Now, currently available
Na
for
GeForce
PC,
Now.
Mac,
Ale co powiedział,
Shield,
GeForce Now?
Android,
GeForce
Chromebook,
Now.
and iOS. Visit GeForceNow.com to learn more.
World premiera.
Finally, I've made it. My time is now. I will become
Kybasa.
the best player the school has ever seen. Dodgeball
To było chyba
Academia,
pokazane.
here I come.
Ty, w ognie. Nie? Pijaniec, czy jak to tam się gadało? Dwa ognie.
Ręka 2 wysyła 10 zł. Ta skręconymi włosami fajna, to chyba Frankiewar była.
Chyba ja.
Dziękujemy za dyszkę. Ale powiem wam, że no, gierka... Ja bym ją umieścił w grach flashowych, darmowych przez internet. Tak. Ale żeby to sprzedawać... Bez przesady.
Make sure to check out Dodgeball Academia out soon from Humble Games. Ooh, that was sweet. Don't you agree, DevBot?
Sure, whatever you say, Sean. I agree with whatever you say.
I'm sensing a little bit of resentment there, buddy. Has something rusted your ports?
Nothing. I am happy to play second fiddle to a captain as charming and handsome as you. I have also definitely not dedicated multiple cores to computing revenge plans in a range of lethalities.
Great!
Franki,
New target acquired, Cap. It looks like Chivalry 2 with a special word from Steve Piggott, CEO and creative director of
No to
Torn Banner
pokaż.
Studios.
pokaż te Chivalry
Hey guys,
2.
Steve Piggott, founder of Torn Banner Studios and creative director on Chivalry 2, which just launched 5 days ago. I'm so happy to be here at the PC Gaming Show. Chivalry 2, if you don't know, is a first-person slasher, which is like a first-person shooter, except instead of guns and grenades, you've got swords, battle axes, longbows, and players are fighting it out on these huge 64-player battlefields. It's all about creating those epic sword-fighting duels that you see in medieval Hollywood movies, and also that huge clash, the Battle of the Bastards kind of chaos and carnage. So the post-launch support plan is going to look like a mixture of mid and massive level content updates coming out across this year. One of the things we're most excited about is taking it to different eras in the medieval period. Before we've done the early period, now we're going closer to the later period in the upcoming update where you're going to get a bit more refined medieval armors and refined atmospheres that you can then go in and tarnish it and smear blood all over. But we really want to take players into different experiences and make each of our maps its own game mode and make it something that medieval army would actually do when they go into a space. And when you come across these pristine gardens and this beautiful castle, you get to tear it all down and cause it's a canvas for your destruction.
Seks.
On the beat.
Patrz.
Our passion for Chivalry 2 is basically bottomless. It's the game that got us onto the scene and started the company, and it's the game that's going to take us so much further.
With the post-launch plan for Chivalry 2, the game at launch is a foundation. It's intentionally been built to be extended.
It's not just out and done. We're going to support it a lot with post-launch content.
Gallancourt is the first PO map that's coming out post-launch.
Gallancourt is going to take
Kto
us
w
to
te gry albo w ogóle je kupuje? Ja.
It really captures the Agathian
No to już
ideals
dwie
of being this
osoby.
like noble,
To już można
rich,
grać
wealthy
multiplayer.
place
Co?
where the prosperous live.
You're going to feel like you're sieging Tower of London if it was on a port where ships could dock into. You'll also be blowing up a couple ships, which is fun. We've got a ton of weapons coming in at
Ale to
launch,
będzie
but
ciekawe,
there'll
bo
be
tu
more and more
pokazują
added
te
to it post-launch as well.
łyżki.
No właśnie.
A tego jeszcze nie ma.
No nie.
Ogólnie tam nie ma dużo trybów i no jest napierdalanie.
Mało nawet, można powiedzieć. Są dwa
Taki
tryby.
early access to jest, nie? No bo...
The game is really gonna
Chyba
at
nie, no
least
nie, bo
double
to
in
przecież w pudełkach
size.
wyszło normalnie. Chyba nie? Ale to chyba nie jest early access.
Next up, we have an exciting look at Dying Light 2, and make sure to stick around to find out how
Dobrze,
you could
Franki.
win a custom Mech Warrior PC from our friends at Intel.
Kurwa, skąd się? Nikt nie chce grać w Mech Warrior, Jezu, uspokój się.
A może?
To jest to na VR, gdzie się gotuje. Nie, to nie jest to. Ramen. A nie jest to co oni tymi zupami się tym jedzeniem obrzucają? Nie, to nie to. A, to jest to, bo ślady zostawiają. To jest to, że każdy ma jakąś zupę, to. Zapomniałem nazwy. Raw meat, o. Niklaus, musisz pić to piwo i czas po następne, bo nie ściemia.
Też piję. O, właśnie, Dawid, to jest bardzo ważne pytanie. Co ty sądzisz o chłodniku?
U mnie w domu się nigdy nie robiło czegoś takiego.
Czyli raczej jesteś na nie.
Nie, bo rzadko jadłem gdzieś tam w restauracji. I to...
Hi, my name is Piotr Szymanek. I'm narrating
Polska górą!
Dying Light 2. Stay tuned. Today,
Peter,
especially for the viewers of the PC Gaming Show, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about
Kurwa, nie
the
tell
Dying
you, tylko
Light
show
universe.
you.
So,
Źle mówisz.
stay tuned.
a może będzie tel właśnie? Oby nie.
Every tragedy begins somewhere. This one started with a virus that escaped from Haran, the city we met in the first part of the game, and it reached the whole world, including the city where Dying Light 2 takes place. Remember January 6, 2025. That day, later known as Black Monday, the military ordered chemicals to be
Ej,
dropped
tam
on the
w tle ci
city.
muzyka
It
z
was a
Call of Duty
mistake.
4 z misji w
A huge
Prypeci.
mistake. The chemicals mixed with
Widzisz? Zajebali.
water penetrated the soil, killing plants, turning most people into bloodthirsty monsters. Don't think of them as zombies though. They are more like half-alive, suffering people who attack everything that lives as a result of their pain and rage. Those who survived the chemical raid took refuge on the rooftops. A new order has been born in the city. People live on rooftops, monsters in the streets.
Peter.
Nobody in their right mind would dare to come down. Well, let's say almost nobody. The exception is the main character of Dying Light 2, Aiden. But why is he braver than others? How did he develop such a unique parkour and combat skills? Believe me guys, I would gladly answer all these questions, but I'm not here to spoil it for you. Let me tell you one thing.
Same nightmare haunts me every night. I'm locked up with other kids. I don't know what he did to me, but he did it every day. Over and over. Looking for something he couldn't find. The worst part was that he did the same to my sister. I'll never forget her scream when they separated us. What could I do? They had rifles, and we were 5 years old. And there was a fire, explosions, chaos. I got away. Soldiers took me out of the city, but my sister stayed there. My Mia. I left her.
We meet Aiden as one of the many, many children undergoing mysterious medical research. The last thing Aiden remembers from that time is extreme pain, then a fire, and a little girl that was being tested with him. Her name was Mia. She was his sister. What happened next after the fire? Is Mia still alive? The following years haunted Aiden with these questions and with guilt over leaving her. Moreover, Mia is the only answer to the question who Aiden really is. Now in 2036, we meet Aiden when, for the first time during his pilgrimage, he finds a clue about how to find his sister. Aiden's path to the truth is tough, full of challenges and adventures. The difficult choices to make as well as their consequences await you. You're going to discover them all in December 2021.
Ale gdyby mnie nie interesowała ta gra i to by nie był Polak, to bym się wkurwiał, że gadane było. No właśnie. Także podwójne standardy.
Ooh, that was Dying Light 2, and it looks great.
And spooky.
Whew, well, we are here back on the E3 stage so we can get closer to your comments and reactions to what you're seeing on this year's PC Gaming Show.
That is right, Sean. So you out there, keep your comments coming in. And as you're watching this year, we want to get your input on a subject that Sean and I are pretty passionate about, PC building. So this year, we've put a number of prototype PCs based on MechWarrior 5, but we're only going to manufacture one of them. And you get to pick which custom design becomes our flagship PC for this year's PC Gaming Show, powered by the 11th Gen Intel Core i9 processor.
That is correct. Each of the prototype PCs that you see before you on the screen are paired with one of the 6 factions of MechWarrior 5. The Free Worlds League, the Draconis Combine, the Federated Sons, the Compelling Confederation,
No, powiem tak.
So cast your vote now for which faction and custom PC you want to win, and help us pick the best design.
I'm currently personally pulling for the Draconis Combine because, as you can see by my beautiful patch, I'm the biggest fan of MechWarrior 5 on the PC Gaming Show.
Well, all right. Well, we'll check in later to see which group survives this MechWarrior showdown. But for now, let's check in with our very own mech pilot, Frankie Ward, who went on a special mission to get a closer look at Sega and Amplitude Studios' upcoming strategy game, Humankind.
Humankind.
No, poka.
In Humankind, you will be creating a civilization as unique as you are. And speaking of unique, it's me, Frankie Ward. Kind of good, don't you think? Wondering how I got into the game? Let me show you. Are you ready to play against me? Oh, you think you can beat me? Posture all you like. I've seen worms with more impressive empires.
Wpisz dropy. Dostępne już teraz.
Get ready to play against me.
Za chuja
in
nie
the
podobna do
Humankind
Franki, jak do
closed
starej
beta.
baby jakaś.
Starting now.
No ale dobra, niech im będzie. Sega. Patrz, patrz.
Sega.
Pięknie. Da się napić Niklaus, bo... Może po kielichu, bo to nie wytrzymamy. To nie wytrzyma.
Zasadniczo nie mówię nie.
Czat, czy ktoś ma kielicha też? Par excellence. Czy ktoś ma kielicha, moi drodzy?
Thank you for watching the PC Gaming Show. My name is DevBot, your cloud-based artificial intelligence, and while it could be lonely without a physical body, I am streaming to you from GeForce Now, where you can play hit games like Rocket League and Apex Legends on nearly any device. With a library of over 900 games and new titles added every GFN Thursday, there's something for everyone and always something new. Coming up, a special word from Valve.
Co oni go tak rozciągli? Jaki rozciągnięty game. Tak go. Pionie.
You want it? Come and get it.
Nowy silnik.
Joining me to talk about Orcs Must Die 3 from Robot Entertainment is design director Jerome K. Jones. Welcome, Jerome.
Thanks, Sean. Glad to be here.
So, for anyone who's never seen an Orcs Must Die game, what is the Orcs Must Die series all about?
Well, Orcs Must Die 3 is a third-person tower defense game. So basically, there are tons of orcs and bad guys trying to get into these rifts, and the player has to stop them. We give players tons of weapons and traps and tools to do this, and while you're defending the rifts, you can play solo or you can invite a friend and play co-op.
Now, since this is the third game in the series,
A coś tam krzyczał, że rozciągnęli go.
There are two new campaigns, but the main new story campaign takes place about 25 years after Orcs Must Die 2, so not only will fans be able to catch up on any new developments with the Order, but they will also place some new heroes in our all-new war scenarios, which are these new massive levels where you fight hundreds of orcs on the battlefields outside of the fortress themselves.
No to moi drodzy,
fighting indoors and outdoors, which is pretty new. We have a new mode called Scramble. It's basically adding random elements against the player, making the levels more challenging.
Ostatnie dni, to w końcu z wami, prawda, i z Mikołajem, to jest ta morelowa. Natrawienie. Wasze zdrowie. Wszystkiego dobrego wam życzę.
You'll climb into a catapult and you'll fire at giant orc armies. And then the War Guardians are it's like putting other war mages on the battlefield with you to fight with you, except they have their own attacks
do szpitala? Nie no, jakbym tak dziennie na przykład robił przez 2 lata, to tak. Bo tak było. Znaczy nie dziennie waliłem wódę, ale...
Są tacy, co tak robią 50 lat i na przykład nic im nie ma, także to jest...
No.
Nie piję od maleńkościów, ale...
OMD3 on your wish list.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Nie no, ja na pewno zagram w trójkę, bo grałem w jedynkę. Dwójka mi chyba umknęła, ale jedyneczka mi się podobała bardzo, tylko dużo rzeczy brakowało w jedynce. Maskarada? Czekaj, dobrze zrozumiałem? Vampire ekskluzywnie. Jeszcze po drodze wyszła Orc Must Die, jakiś MMO? Czy coś takiego? Znaczy... MOBA.
Where are you hiding, sweetie? Halsey. Halsey, get out here.
Life is Hard 3.
You come for me and mine. But first, you need to find us. All I want is to be with my little girl.
Wampiry nie zostawiają tego, tak? Odbicia.
Ale to jest... Jeszcze jakieś inne z tego Vampire Masquerade.
Właśnie nie wiem. Ja już się pogubiłem, bo miał...
This is Saren from Passion Republic Games. We are a Malaysian-based indie game studio working on Gigabash, a multiplayer arena brawlers inspired by kaijus and heroes. Today, we'd like to showcase some new and exciting gameplay footage of our oversized characters in action. Please enjoy the brawl.
Najgorsze gry na PC-ta? No spokój się. Nie widziałeś, jaka zajebista gra? Patrz, Mikołaj. Fajna, podoba ci się? Daję ci 1000 zł. Dobra, 3000 zł, żebyś 2 godziny o tym gadał. Podoba ci się? A co widzisz na ekranie?
Lawę. Lawę i Godzillę.
Tym się
nie bije dmechem. Dzisiaj, prawda, piękna destrukcja otoczenia zaawansowana. No, bardzo mi się podoba.
Elementy cząsteczkowe,
element tłuszczu, prawda? Element pieprzu. To jest, co ma być.
To jest elementarz. Elementarz. Świeże warzywa, muszą... Element pieprzu.
Gigabash, ale ile nagród!
Hopie, oni sami se przyznają. Franki, gdzie ty lecisz, powiedz mi?
Mankind is facing total annihilation.
We stand on the verge of extinction.
Instability spreading across the globe.
Humanity's last living generation.
A major scientific
A po tym wszystkim, wiesz co powie Day Night? Ale było!
First, we must go back.
3. Mass Effect 10.
Ja się chciałem powiedzieć Mass Effect. Last fight, first survival. Wygląda jak mix wielu gier.
To jest Apex.
Apex Mass Effect. Halo.
Let's go. Shield. Protect and serve.
You have only one mission.
Znaczy na ten moment to taki Apex bardziej, bo każdy się czymś...
Activate the Lemnis Gate.
Dobra, byście to dzisiaj wypuścili, to nic nie zmienia w moim akurat.
Joining us to talk about Lemnis Gate is the game director from Ratloop Games Canada. It's James Anderson. Thanks for joining us, James.
Sean, it's great to be here.
Now, let's begin by asking, what the heck is a first-person shooter turn-based strategy game?
The entire game is set inside of a 25-second time loop. So instead of playing continuously, you'll play for 25 seconds turn by turn. So for example, I'll take a turn and play
Dobra,
for 25
ale to
seconds,
będzie...
and then you'll take a turn and play for 25
Pamiętaj,
seconds.
to będzie...
And then we turn by turn
może
layer new
człowiek
characters
jest jakiś
into the
taki
same
albo
25-second time loop. So for
albo jakiś
example,
taki-
I may run down a hallway and throw a grenade,
Patrz.
killing one of your operatives.
Nie
But then
było
on the next
Wiedźmina,
turn,
nie było
you may
Cyberpunka,
intercept my
nuda.
operative before he threw the grenade. So we have Retrieve
Cyberpunka nie
XM,
było trochę dobrze.
Seek and Destroy,
Ale w ogóle nie pokazali
Classic
Dying
Deathmatch,
Lighta 2.
and we have a
Czekaj.
game mode called
Aha, bo
Domination.
Dying Light 2 miał swoją taką imprezę.
Walk me through
Nie?
a little bit of like what a
Tydzień
few
przed
turns
E3.
at the start of a round looks like.
You
Nie
can see
pamiętasz?
the board, you can see the time loop, everything that's happening.
No
And then
miał
we both
takie
get
tydzień czy
time
2
to,
tygodnie,
like,
miał taki swój
observe,
stream.
plan, and then execute our moves.
When
No
and
idzie
where can we
śladami...
play it?
So Lemon
Idzie
Skate will be
śladami
launching on August 3rd. It's
CD
open for
Projektu, że
pre-orders
będzie swoje
right
takie
now on
Nightwire.
Steam,
śladami
and we're
CD
coming up
Projektu.
to a open beta in July. The game will launch on PC and console,
Nie
both
idźcie
current
tą
and next-gen
drogą.
platforms.
Thank you so much for joining us, James Anderson. Once again, that is the genre-bending, first-person shooter, turn-based strategy game, Lemnis Gate. Now, we're not the only one marooned in the stars out here. Coming up
przynajmniej
next, let's take a
nie
look
tak jak na
at
Kochmedia
Next
pierdolą.
Space Rebels.
Nie, no to wszystko jest lepsze od komedia. Niewiele trzeba.
Chyba! Nie, czekaj, co to jest?
That space is for everyone. And I mean everyone!
Next Space Rebels.
O kurwa, petardy.
O,
Fajerwerki się będzie
A.
projektowało. To jest moje.
To na live by było fajne.
Dawaj.
Nie poleciałem.
To jest zajebisty indeks kosza taki właśnie.
Indeks kosza, ludzie robią chyba 15 lat grę i przyjdzie Dawid i powie: to jest indeks kosza. No i potem jak oni mają robić gry, jak ludzie takie rzeczy mówią.
The Next Space Rebels. Dobra.
You guys just saw Next Space Rebels. And hey, if you play enough of that game, maybe you'll get good enough at building rockets to join us up in orbit.
Maybe.
But don't do anything illegal like Day 9 did.
Kurde, muszę
Last break,
zobaczyć.
we set
Mika
up our
Burton.
Intel and MechWarrior 5 custom PC contest and asked you guys at home to vote for the winners. Well, we're just down to 3 houses now, with Davion, Russell Haig, and Liao being eliminated. So, rip to those factions, press F to pay respects, etc., etc. Now that means that we only have 3 houses left:
Mika.
Rita, Steiner, and Merrick. So, make sure to vote now, because the winner will determine the build of the custom MechWarrior 5 themed PC powered by Intel. So let's keep the show
Bardzo
moving,
grzeczna
and
dziewczyna.
next up, it's a
Bardzo.
brand new medieval RPG.
To było,
This
Rysiu,
is
bardzo
Wartales.
porządna dziewczyna. Trudno. Co zrobić?
O!
100 years have passed since the rise of the Edoran Empire and its untimely demise following the Great Plague. In these troubled times of quarreling factions and outlaws roaming the land, work is not scarce for a band of mercenaries. The stories of this age have been recorded. They are
Dźwięk z
known
Warcrafta
as
3 jak ginie peon.
the War Tales.
Ja. Kolejny RTE. Nie, to jest RPG to będzie.
Normalna gra bez jaka znowu.
Wspaniała gra.
No, na pewno.
Nie wiem co mam wpisać.
That was the debut
Nic nie
of
wpisuję.
War Tales, an open-world RPG from Shiro Games about leading a mercenary troop on a sprawling adventure. And speaking of mercenaries, our battle
Ja
for
muszę
the
też
best
właśnie odpowiedzieć
custom
na to
PC
narzekanie ludzi,
based
że
on
nie ma kart
MechWarrior 5
graficznych, że
Mercenaries
komputery nie
continues.
mają
We'll be
na
back
czym grać.
live on stage
I
soon,
dlatego
so
takie
make
gry
sure you
wypuszczają.
keep voting for the PC build you like the
Może?
most and head over
Może?
to pcgamer.com/IntelMW5 for your chance to win. So,
Jakie rzeczy jest E3 dla ciebie najlepsze na razie?
And this year's PC gaming
No,
show is so
prowadząca
full of games set in
i
space. It's
Franki.
starting to feel a little crowded up there. But the next game we have to show you is very special.
Dwa
It is the
elementy
world
tych
exclusive
E3,
reveal
co mi
of
się podobają.
a deep settlement management game set in the stars. In Ixion, you struggle to maintain a space station, stockpiling resources, managing external and internal threats, and rescuing the survivors of other failed expeditions. We think this will be a brilliant entry into the genre when it releases. So,
Maro, nie
here is your
pierdol.
first look at Ixion.
Dobra,
No to siup. Jadymy.
trzeba odbezpieczyć rakietę.
Uwaga, nie, uwaga! Nie, pa. Nie. Kurde, myślałem, że... Ach.
Patrzcie, tak se dzisiaj... mówię, przed wypłatą jestem i tak nie mam pieniędzy. To se zafundowałem Guinnessika, o. No to... Muszę poczuć trochę jak... w Irlandii.
Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learned,
Myślałem, że węża wypuściłeś.
shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath.
No tam jest ta kulka, to trzeba było aktywować ją, nie?
We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation.
Ja mam prośbę, nie róbcie już nigdy w życiu gier o kosmosie. Już kosmos nie istnieje. Jak Ziemia to jest... My kurwa pod takim cedzakiem, pod takim... Pod takim kloszem żyjemy.
Ziemia ma kształt luka.
Gdzie to wyczytałem? Książkę kupiłem specjalną. Jaka Ziemia jest? I okazało się, że taka właśnie jest.
We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the Vol engine.
Kurwa, co się dzieje? Rozdupili księżyc. Ixion. Nie wiem, napiszę Ixion jako tajemniczy tytuł. Marlon Sales. Chyba Piłsudskiego wbito. Przecież to jest kurwa ta gra, co się tymi steampunkowymi jeździło po lodzie. Jak ona się nazywała? Kurwa, ktoś przypomni mi. No po pustyni, no po tych... Ale to nie, to chyba nie to. Nie Last Oasis. Nie to. Nie, to jednak inna gra. Far. Changing Tides. To inna gra. Kartą leci faktycznie.
Sean, what if for one segment I was the lead and you were my sidekick?
What? Who's ever heard of a human sidekick?
Tak, Marlon Sales to było?
Building list of known human sidekicks. Alex Vance and...
No. I mean human sidekicks to robot heroes. Can you compute that, DevBot?
DevBot cannot compute. There is no known precedent set for human sidekick to robot lead.
Yeah, there you go.
Human sidekick, robot lead.
DevBot, I think it's time for a hard reboot. Frankie, can you take over while I sort this out?
Aye. Let's take a look at the next game reveal.
Premiera, kurde, muszę się teraz zrelaksować, pokaż. Życie, seks, zdrady. Czyli jesteś na dworze, zarządzasz dworem, małżeństwa robisz, płodzą się, rozwijają królestwo, patrz. I gratulacje! Urodzisz się dziecko i umrze jak będzie miało 30 lat, bo nie mamy lekarzy na choroby. Albo jak będzie miało 16, jak pójdzie na wojnę. Lakeburg Legacy. O kurwa, ale tu już dojebali. To jest jakieś do Killing Floor 2. Nawet przez chwilę nie pomyślałem, że to jest Killing Floor.
And when you're not watching me, your favorite recurring bit of a robot, make sure to head over to GeForceNow.com to grab a priority membership trial.
Mikołaj, wszystkie kurwa karty poleciały w kosmos. No, dokładnie to chcę powiedzieć, że wszystkie karty poleciały w kosmos i kurwa nie ma ich na ziemi, dlatego jedyna opcja to jest GeForce Now.
I dlatego trzeba wypuszczać takie gry właśnie, żeby każdy mógł je odpalić na swoim kompie. I prawda, pętla się, jak to się mówi, zaciska, wąż zjada swój ogon.
No to teraz, ale to ma sens. Tylko powinna Franki teraz się wpierdolić robotem w kopalnię taką, nie? Górników, bitcoinów i im to tam z dynamitem rozwalić.
DevBot, I love you so much more as a voice without a body. Let's talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries and joining us to do so.
O, dawno, Mikołaj, chodź przyjrzyjmy się. Co tam fajnego jest? O, Jack Black.
Remigiusz, jak to żona wyjebała.
Remigiusz nie ma rodziny, Maciasz.
Where does MechWarrior 5 sit in the space?
Yeah, obviously there's a very rich legacy of games that go way back. But
Mówi
in
ładnie po
particular,
angielsku.
MechWarrior 5 pays homage to MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries, but it has all this modern design and technology that I'm super excited to talk about with you today.
Czekaj, mam stream? Nie no, śpi, chciałem zobaczyć, czy on ma stream.
Ja robię stream.
Nie ma.
You become a part of your machine, and when you're out in battle, it's not just a matter of pointing and shooting at everything. You're also managing your systems, whether you're, shooting a lot of energy weapons or missile weapons that have high heat output. Well, you got to manage your heat so you don't shut down in the middle of a battle. And when you're facing your foes, you can salvage these battle mechs. So if you see a mech that you want, well, you might not want to destroy it completely. You might want to take out its leg or take out its arm weapons. So that you can just take the mech.
Now, in the last few weeks, I understand that there's been a whole lot of new content with updates to the base game and with DLC Heroes of the Inner Sphere. Talk to me about what's in the DLC.
Patrzę, próbuję się słuchać, co on gada, a jedno słyszę u Mikołaja,
Ale nie pierdol, że próbuję słuchać.
I słyszę, że tak chodzisz cały czas.
Previously, if you'd like to, or you can start over from scratch and start from any of the great houses. And then carve your path through the galaxy from there.
To jest ten jego pokój, co w pierwszym pokoju nagrywał. I w tle było łóżeczko dziecka.
and it's a really exciting new feature for me. And there's a new procedural mission type called Beachhead. This is a big one for me. Beachhead is basically you're clearing an enemy base landing zone for your invasion force.
Ale co, czemu przepraszam? Wyjebiecie z Jaroka, on nawet nie wie, że
Ja
Jaroka
istnieje.
Rok nawet nie wie, że Jarok jeszcze istnieje.
Jak to ma zbieżność nazwisk?
Artillery
To nie ma
emplacements.
nic
You're basically
wspólnego.
clearing the path, as I said, for your invasion force, which leads to a really cool ending of the mission if you succeed as your invasion force comes down. And there's a new biome called Extrasolar Moon, which you know, that's maybe kind of represented in the image behind me. It's a really cool lunar type setting that we haven't had before. And then there's a lot of new equipment and weapons, things like electronic countermeasures and other electronic equipment like Beagle Active Probe, Mask, which is a little like a turbo boost for mechs, new weapons like chem lasers, mech rifles, and stream SRMs. So a lot of new content. I'm really excited about it.
Can you talk to me about what are the new different mechs? How do they play differently?
The 7 new chassis of the Vulcan, Dervish, Corsair, Marauder 2, Champion, Charger, and Hatamoto Chi. But a couple of my favorites.
Familiar names in there, yeah?
Yeah. So the first one I'll talk about is the Vulcan. It's a very unique mech. It's got the nickname the Scarecrow, which you'll see from the profile. It's just a very unique looking mech. There's nothing else like it
Znaczy,
in the
gra mnie w ogóle nie
franchise.
interesuje, ale
It's a
przynajmniej ją
40-ton
pokazują,
mech.
więc
It's
nawet jak
highly
Rok
mobile,
gada,
and typically it's used
to przynajmniej
for
pokazują
reconnaissance or
coś,
scout
tak?
missions because of its mobility, so it can get in and out fast. You can, if you're looking for a specific target, if you're on an assassination mission, for example, you can get in there, find your target, get back out. Another mech that I'm super excited about, this is one of my favorites, is the Marauder 2.
Na
This thing
Twittera
is a
napiszę.
100-ton assault
Rok,
mech.
nie wiedziałeś,
It is
że
just
pracujesz
a beast.
przy
Yeah,
Mech
it's
Warrior.
gigantic, and it is terrifying to see it coming at you on the battlefield.
It's something we've talked
Kurwa,
about
nie
before.
zdążyłem screena zrobić.
Modding. I know that MechWarrior 5 has a rich modding community. What are some of the amazing mods you've seen developed?
There's simple modifications from HUD changes, changing colors, adding mechs, weapons, and equipment, to full conversion mods. We've got basically a mech commander mod in development that is just amazing. It's a top-down, real-time strategy game. So really, anything you can imagine, somebody out there in the community is probably working on.
Where can people go to get MechWarrior 5 mercenaries?
Yeah, you can pick it up on Steam, GOG, Epic Game Store, Microsoft PC, and of course, Xbox.
Thank you so much, Darren Katz, for joining us to talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. And of course, a warm thank you to MechWarrior 5 for sponsoring the PC Gaming Show and giving me this cool hat.
No nie wiem co napisać.
Coming up next, let's take a look at Silt.
Tyle. Styknie.
Ile to? 5?
5 chyba.
Kurwa, o rybie.
Bo jest...
Dla ambitnych. Limbo, edycja z rybą, no tak. Ori pod wodą. Styknie. No i to mi się podoba.
Depresja Generator.
Podoba mi się. O! To.
Jest jakieś pełnej bury.
Nie, to jest co innego.
Mi się wydaje, że to jest...
Nie, to wygląda, to jest styl graficzny jak Hello Neighbor, ale on... Tak, to może być, bo tu jest zaginione i to jest dom. Tak, to będzie Hello Neighbor. Tak. Jest dom. Jest... Tak, to będzie to. To jest to, co ja mówiłem wam, że kurwa... Ja napisałem Twittera wczoraj o tym, że... On za każdym razem w tej grze miał się uczyć nie wiadomo czego, a on się niczego nie uczył, ten sąsiad.
Może się w końcu w tej będzie uczył.
Może się nauczy w końcu. Yeah. No, że to są wszystko animacje, ta gra tak nie wygląda, no. Jebać.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director on Jurassic World Evolution 2. Following
imienia
the
Jurassic
incredible success
World
of the first
Evolution.
game, we are very excited to return to such an amazing world and bring you our most authentic
Rich.
experience yet. Set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, you will work alongside iconic characters from the films, voiced by original talent such as Bryce Dallas Howard and Jeff Goldblum. You will lead efforts to contain, control, and conserve the many dinosaurs now out in the wild. And for the very first time, you will be building parks and facilities beyond Isla Nublar as you explore new, stunning locations across the globe. Of course, it wouldn't be Jurassic World if it wasn't for the stars of the show, our dinosaurs. And we are thrilled to be bringing to life even more authentic species than ever before, including awe-inspiring flying and marine reptiles. So sit back and allow me to welcome you to Jurassic World Evolution 2.
We ignored all the warnings. Forgot the lessons. We abused our power.
Będzie aktor.
We played with genetics like it was a toy. We weren't careful. And now, here we are.
No ale ten Evolution 1 to co? To nie podobał się im, czy co? Po co drugi wypuszczać? A, formany. Wiecie, to jest jak
You
świetną.
just saw Jurassic World Evolution 2, and you know, after all your failed attempts at running a dinosaur park and getting all those people killed, I think this is finally going to be the one where you finally pull it off without a hitch. With a host of new features and new dinosaurs, this sequel from Frontier is an even deeper management sim with a brand new and original narrative. Make sure to wishlist it on Steam now for release later this
A
year.
ja się napiję, a
Now,
nie
with
zamówię.
all the games we've covered so far today, we're always curious to see what you are talking about. So far, it seems like the chatter on social media is all about War Tales, Nautica Blade Point, and unsurprisingly, Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. I have a feeling, though, that may change as we have plenty more to come. Let's now head on over to see what the folks at New Blood Interactive have cooked. Take it away.
New Blood. Ultra Kid. AMD Evil, co? To są bardzo mocne indyki. Chociaż... No, tak. No, a, Gloomwood to fajne. To Gloomwood jest fajne, to Dusk też. Nie wiem, czy... Gloomwood jest fajne, ale to już było na demo, teraz jest Gloomwood.
Oh, it just wouldn't be the PC gaming show without a fantastic New Blood Supercut. And joining us from New Zealand is New Blood CEO Dave Oshry. Hey, Dave!
Hey guys, thanks for having us back for another year. You know, what you just saw was what New Blood's got going on for 2021. Some stuff you might know about, some stuff you might not know about, and some stuff we're not ready to talk about just yet. But what I do want to talk about is Gloomwood. Gloomwood, as you know, is our next flagship title inspired by great PC games like System Shock, Arx Fatalis, Call of Cthulhu, and of course, the Thief series of games. And not
Dave, I'm
Bloodborne.
sorry. That's
Not one
really
bit.
great, Dave.
No.
Gosh, this is kind of embarrassing. We kind of need to hurry it up a little bit. I just want to make sure that we have enough time for our next video. We got an incoming message from Gabe Newell. So I guess goodbye for this year. I'm really sorry to cut you off, but see you next year.
What? I'm sorry, what? You're bumping me. You're bumping me for Gabe. Gabe, that Gandalf look, he doesn't even go here.
Is everything okay, Dave?
Not now, Mom, I'm upset. We've spent a year on this. Where is Gabe? Where is Gabe? Where is his boat? Yeah, take me to him. Take me to Gabe Newell. Gabe. Bull.
No i
PC
niestety.
Gamer.
I tak.
This isn't over.
PC Gamer. No.
I'm sure Dave is and will be fine. And if he's not, who cares? Because we have a special message from Gabe Newell. Take it away, Gabe.
Hi, this is Gabe Newell. I want to thank PC Gamer for all of the opportunities it gives us as developers to connect with gamers around the world and highlight the new and exciting projects we have coming. One of those for us is Steam Next Fest, an event we're hosting in just a few days to give players a chance to try demos of upcoming games for free. We'll be featuring some of the demos you'll be seeing during this week's PC Gamer event and dozens more. Here's a look at just some of the titles to be featured during Steam Next Fest.
Welcome to Steam Next Fest, where we're showing a massive collection of upcoming titles on Steam. During the week of the festival, developers from around the world release their demos for you to play.
Time to put on the gamer pants.
O, Polacy, Helisport.
So go explore the newest titles. From first-time devs to seasoned pros, this is Steam Next Fest.
No to jest Next Fest?
Oh, fuck, some of those look pretty good.
Ale się nagadał. A to czyli będzie jakaś impreza Next Fest.
No, że będzie kupa demówek do testowania nowych gier.
Co to? Dupcys. Solstice.
Ja podziękuję chyba za extended gameplay.
Hello, Sean. I am Deadbot, dedicated to serving you and your crew's every need.
Glad to have you back, Devbot.
You know, Sean, I wouldn't ever want anything to come between us.
Me neither? That's a weird thing to say.
Like a petty disagreement over hosting responsibilities, or all-out robot versus human war.
You know, it is time to look at some hardware. Here on the PC Gaming Show, you know we keep frame rates high and the rays accurately traced. Building and upgrading your rig is as much a part of the hobby as playing the games. We put our heart and soul into these machines, and if that means using enough RGB to light the Vegas Strip, who's to judge us? This year, with the help of PC Gamer's hardware editors, which I'm pretty sure they're just, you know, weird brains in a jar, we've picked out 4 of the most exciting pieces of kit set to emerge from labs soon. First up, something fittingly sci-fi. The Impulse is a neurocontroller that aims to make you a better gamer by cutting out response times almost entirely. It's not quite Alex Vance's gravity gloves from Half-Life, nor is it quite up there with Gabe Newell's dream of a direct brain-to-game interface, but the Impulse is as close as we're going to get this year. The glove measures the signal traveling through muscles in your hand to beat your finger to the click. In theory, it's giving you the chance to nail that headshot precious milliseconds ahead of your opponent. If it works out, we could see a tech like this become commonplace in esports. And if it doesn't, let's hope our neurons at the very least remain unfried. Next up, you guys might be wondering what this chonky beast is. So allow me to introduce you to the Fanatec CSL DD wheelbase. Do you want to feel like you're really burning rubber at Daytona? Well, then you need a serious force feedback wheel. Direct drive wheelbases gets you as close to the feel of a real racing machine without, you know, having to huff gas and stuff like that. Historically, the problem with this tech has been the price, which has involved dropping real car money on your rig. So Fanatec aims to solve that. The CSL DD comes in at only $350, which still isn't exactly a bargain, but it's much cheaper than its competitors. And the CSL DD is already well in diehard sim racers. It might be slight overkill to use it for Rocket League, though. Believe it or not, sometimes less really is more. If you want to play The Witcher 3 on the subway like we all do, you don't need to drag your tower along for the ride. Just use the 1X player. A wave of more powerful processors have finally made handheld PC gaming a reality. Inside this Switch-like machine, you've actually got an Intel Tiger Lake chip with Xe graphics. These mini machines are going to be cropping up more and more, so expect major advances still to come. Lastly, let's take a look at the Asus PG32UQX. Not the most catchy name for this gaming monitor with all of the trimmings, but it's actually one of the sexiest PC products this year. That's because this monitor comes with a mini LED backlight featuring full local dimming. The result is a screen that's not only fast, but brighter than the sun. Stare at it long enough and you might not notice the $3,000 price tag. For those of you still left standing, it's time for more killer games, starting with Chaos Gate.
Warhammer. Kolejne uniwersum, które mnie nie interesuje, ale... Jakby mnie ktoś zapytał, jakie uniwersum jest najbardziej wyeksploatowane, to chyba Warhammer gra. Bo tyle co planszówek i gier cyfrowych wyszło, to chyba nie ma więcej niż Warhammer.
Brutal combat, or you're like me and are really hyped after watching these Astartes animation 100 times. Make sure to wishlist Chaos Gate Demon Hunters on Steam now to get ready for the 2022 release. Next up, we have a trailer for Pioneer, a spooky and gorgeous looking shooter that draws on the lineage of games like Stalker. Let's take a look.
A, to. No, to może być ciekawe.
No tylko co z tego, jak już Stalkera pokazali. No to...
Chociaż... mi się to trochę kojarzy...
z Czernobylajtem.
Афганистан сильно изменилась.
Внимание, внимание.
Внимание, внимание.
Испытывать бесконечную боль и терпеть ужаснейшие кошмары за весь тот хаос, который вы пережили. А вы ведь, как и многие другие, всего-навсего желали счастливой жизни, не так ли? Пожалуйста, не смотрите на меня, как на монстра. Я думаю, что я почти такая же, как и вы. Вы лучше скажите мне, а вы приняли условия острова? Какой ценой вы хотите обрести счастье?
Kurwa, żeby cię patyczak gonił. Kuchy krzak.
Хочешь устроить новый рейд на могильник? Сейчас это невозможно. На острове скоро вновь разгорится война. Истовики начнут замес бригады, и ни у кого из них больше не будет сил, чтобы нас поддерживать. Единственный выход для нас — начать собирать остатки вымпела. Слушай, жнец, далеко не все из наших товарищей погибли. Это невероятно суицидальная миссия, и для того, чтобы ее выполнить, нам нужны
Tylko tu
наши
widać, że
ребята.
to jest, wiesz, że
Да,
to
они,
nie jest
возможно,
tak,
не
wiesz, w sensie...
захотят, но
No tak,
нам все равно надо найти их.
To jest coś mniejszego, nie?
Bardziej Czarnobylite właśnie, no tak jak mówiłem.
Coś tańszego, coś mniejszego. To jest chłop, co gra. No i co, no widzę gracze, multiplayer będzie jakieś. No i się na zonę idzie, to nie będzie kurwa Tarkov jakiś?
Остров дал нам шанс создать новую прекрасную жизнь.
Znaczy ja wiem, że to jest ten
Пытаемся
pioneer,
этим шансом
tylko że
воспользоваться.
o samą rozgrywkę chodzi, jakie tryby
Кто
gry
вы
będzie,
такие?
nie?
Назовите себя.
No bo tak to wygląda jak tak...
передать вам прощальное послание,
To wygląda jak pierwszy Stalker, w sensie jak oni się poruszają i gadają.
No, animacje są dość takie przedmiotowe.
Вы поганые предатели.
No i te hitboxy takie pierdolne. No i Lenin musi być.
Zobaczymy.
Też trzyma tego kurwa...
Time
Czarnobylite.
is running out to vote for which custom PC you'd like us to assemble. So vote now for one of the remaining Mech Warrior factions by typing into chat wherever you at home are watching. Alright, so now we've got another stack of brand new trailers for you, beginning with a special transmission from one of our favorite games based in space, EVE Online.
Twoja ulubiona?
New recruits, on behalf of Concord, I would like to welcome you to the EVE Online's Academy. Great job in surviving so far. I'm quite amazed that you actually managed to get past those pirates earlier. You're about to take on an adventure like no other. This star cluster is filled with other capsuleers, and it's up to you if you work with them or against them. You can make a living as a peaceful explorer, or as an industrialist, shaping the foundations of EVE's economy. If combat is your thing, you can work yourself up the ranks as an enforcer, or prove your prowess in a fleet as a soldier of fortune. Whatever your choice, we will lose many on the path of becoming a capsuleer. But I believe you have what it takes to become a capsuleer. In EVE Online, you forge your own path.
This is EVE. You know, it's a crazy universe where anything can happen, and however you want to do it, go for it.
I'm the CEO of a industrial corporation in EVE Online. We're a 5-man operation and we specialize in manufacturing and delivering fully fitted chips in bulk.
I want to be on the side of the people who are fighting against the oppression, against the bad guys, and it's like a project, and you're kind of putting the pieces together by getting the skills ready for the ship and all the modules, and that ship basically is the dream.
You get to use cloaking devices, probes to scan down unknown parts of space. And there's always the threat of being discovered by another player who might be out hunting explorers.
Your heart's racing, everything, you know, bullets are flying, ships are all over the place, and you start shaking because your adrenaline's pumping because you're gonna lose your ship.
Czy EVE Online to jest ta gra, gdzie trzeba wypierdolić $1000?
A, tam w ogóle był jakiś jasny, że jakaś mafia kogoś tam, kurwa, że coś tam w ogóle, jakieś pojebane motywy. Że tam kasę jakąś prawdziwą...
Nie, że tam normalnie są gangi i normalnie napadają jak w prawdziwym życiu.
No
tak. Na pieniądze. Są jakieś... To jest Lumber Hill, to jest taka minigierka śmieszna, no. No i podobasz mi się, no. O! SBK Official zhostowane. Dziękuję bardzo. Pozdrawiamy. Siema, siema, witam.
Siema.
No to zdrówko, pod te oglądanie. Ściup. New Life Detected, gdzie nowe życie odkryli. Skądś kojarzę ten motyw, ale muzyczny. Nie, to jednak nie. Tiny King. Ty, była taka gra, co się rzucało tymi, co za tobą szło, co za tobą szli. Kurwa, było coś takiego. Wykorzystywało się ich jako... Nie pamiętam teraz. Gra o kosmosie istnieje, Bonkol. No i nie podobasz mi się. Muszę zrobić emotkę chyba taką. Albo ten głosowy. No i nie podobasz mi się.
Chcielibyśmy zaprosić wszystkich widzów PC Gaming Show oraz fanów gier Survival Horror RPG do obejrzenia naszego world premiery, w którym znajduje się ekskluzywny gameplay z misji The Haste, czyli wielkiego finału naszej gry Czarnobylite.
Czemu on po angielsku nie gadał?
A co, ja ci nie mówię, że jestem.
We need intel, backup, supplies, and most of all, we need a fucking plan. We'll take our next step when the time is right. For today, let's focus on getting our strength back. Somewhere to sleep would be a start.
I'm only really interested in one thing. Where is Tatiana?
Ale on jako farma gadał? Czy oni już kurwa zmienili nas? Właśnie nie wiem.
I need to triple check everything is ready. Sniper, are you in position?
Affirmative. I took the roof of an abandoned building with a pretty little view of the entire
Kurwa, ale powiem ci, jak gracze nie dostawali przez chyba 10 lat takich gier, to teraz mają na E3 już trzecią albo czwartą taką. Nie? Pionier, to Stalker, Czarnobylite, jeszcze tam jedna taka wyszła.
Don't go anywhere because we have more games on the way. But coming up later, our friends at Games Radar will be bringing you the Future Games Show, a digital showcase of some of the most exciting games coming to consoles and PC in 2021 and
Nie, Atomic Heart to takie trochę inne.
2021.
O, Future Games Show będzie za 20 minut.
No. Be sure to check it out.
Stick around, more trailers, interviews, and reveals coming up.
Warsaw. Patrz. Polska to robi. Nie. Jecie do rana, bo nie wiem, czy drugą butelkę zaczynać. Zaczynaj. Mikołaj się nigdzie nie wybiera. Ja go nie wyganiam. A nie wiadomo, kiedy w domu będzie taka okazja. Bo już się kończy E3 i co? Czy śpicie razem?
Na piętrowym łóżku.
Ja no kurwa, trzeba zebrać na Kickstarterze, bo to tak głupio liczyć, że gra się spodoba komuś.
Masz ryzykowne.
Ikarus.
Pawlaci.
Patacha. Ty, już mi się... Podobasz mi się?
The Forest.
Gra, w której się buduje. Podobasz mi się? Kurwa, Conan Exiles?
Plus The Forest. Plus Niedźwiedź.
Dobra, ja wam przewiduję. To może być zajebisty hit. I będą w to streamerzy grać. Jak to się nazywa? Ikarus. Mówię wam. Dzisiaj już kupujcie. Znaczy, kurwa, nie kupujcie. Ale obserwujcie. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Ale styl graficzny.
Nie wiadomo co. 2D, 3D, izometryczne.
2,5D.
Rob the syndicates. Keep your team together and stay alive.
To musieli Polacy robić.
Just find a way off this planet.
Nakajama.
This is it, you guys. This is the final opportunity for you who are watching to decide which of these final two beautiful MechWarrior 5 themed PCs
Kurwa, nikogo nie obchodzi wasz komputer zajebany. Dajcie mi już 15 minut zostało do tego
Just go
show.
crazy in chat with the color, house, or number of the build that you want to see. So, here is where we are at so far. It looks like Karita is at 46%, Merrick is at 23%, and Steiner is at 31%. All right, you guys, if Karita's not the one you want to win here, you gotta get to voting. And we are almost out of time to vote, but there are still some trailers left. So here is The Wandering Village.
Village.
O, i mi się podobasz. The Wandering Village. No i kurwa.
This has been such an amazing show so far that I must ask you, my loyal crew, what's been your favorite part?
I definitely am looking forward to Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Oh, it's so hard to choose every year, but I think I'm gonna have to say Humankind, for no particular reason.
Oh, no doubt. For me personally, I cannot wait for Lemnis game because I gotta know what a turn-based strategy first-person shooter game even is. What about you, Dembot?
I love the robot apocalypse. Wait, that doesn't happen until the end. Never mind.
No, not never mind. What did you say?
Wait, what?
Oops, system malfunctioning. Well, sending the next trailer now.
A, to jest to, cośmy... Kurwa, to się nazywało...
Ale jak to się nazywało?
Ja ci powiem, bo ja mam notatki. Death Trash. Ja jestem przygotowany. Ja się przygotowałem. Co to chyba robi? On ogląda. Ale dziś gameplay pokazują przynajmniej. Monka. Ja ci dam zamieszki, znaczek. Ty wyślij w donate lepiej, patrz, musimy... Kurwa, pomyślałem o tym.
100 złotych.
Siła
Jak tak, to
sprawcza.
otwieram drugą. A tu macie na następną butelkę dla was.
To po kielichu musimy w takim razie. To Niklaus, skocz po tą... Kurwa, nie chce mi się. Jest albo wyciągnięta, a jak nie, to jest na lewo od kuchenki.
Alright, you guys, this is the moment we have building up to all PC gaming showcase.
To musimy. Dziękuję ci, sen grabarza, za stówę. Musimy dozbierać do 100... Mikołaj powiedział, że 2 dni mógł streamować i mógł trafić na kogoś, kto mógłby mu dać dużo pieniędzy. I dlatego musimy dozbierać do pełności, żeby nie narzekał, jak się potem podzielimy na pół. No! O, Mikołaj przyszedł! Tu masz, kolej.
Alright, you guys, let's take a look at the actual PC winning build one more time.
Oh, I cannot wait. It's coming up. We need to take a nice peek at that beautiful looking PC.
There it is!
To jest beautiful PC. Mikołaj, kurwa, ty byś musiał mieć, wiesz, że ty byś musiał mieć miejsce, żeby to ustawić.
Ale ty nawet...
Nie, oni to zrobią, a wiesz jak to zrobią, to będzie jak chujówka wyglądać. Zaraz ci Staszek, kurwa, Tips to zrobi. Sobie szwagier, zrobi ci to w garażu, na bunkrach, na fortach w Poznaniu. I no zrobi tak, że ta szybka to nie będzie szybka, to będzie siatka i że mech to nie będzie w sumie... Lepiej jakby wyglądał jakby co innego, nie wiem jak Pokémon. Tips wie. No Tips, słuchaj, Tips kurwa miał wesele. No to ty myślisz, że on tak wróci do życia?
First up, a spiritual successor to one of my favorite games of all time, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, a game we revealed 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at Songs of Conquest.
No Heroesy takie, ale co to jest za gra? To jest od nich? Ze świata? Nie, no to jest coś inspirowane. Songs of Conquest. Nie ściemia. No dobra. Dzięki jeszcze raz sen grabarza.
Dreaming again?
Huel się pokazał. O, możecie aby kliknąć w ten link na czacie, co się z Huela pokazał. Huel powrócił, dokładnie, gachi roll. O kurwa, prawie bym wylał. Jezus ma... O, jeszcze bym wódkę wylał. Daj mi, aż mnie się... Kurwa, mi się notatki rozmazały, bo mi się trochę O jest. Kliknijcie teraz w Huela, bo już...
Wake up, sleeper.
Your body is skoordynowane.
Planned obsolescence.
No nie piłem, no to co?
As an ARP's gift for its escaped workers. But we can fight.
No nie, bo to jest właśnie dobrze powiedział, że jak się za długo stoi, to się po pierwsze śmierdzi hamulcem, a po drugie jest niebezpieczeństwo, że się wyleje. No to moi drodzy, pod ten ostatni pokaz, co będzie za 5 minut, żeby było. 44 zł.
Maro wysyła 44 zł.
Najebany.
Dobijamy cel.
Najebany, nie dobił. No, dziękuję, Maro. Maro swój cel dobił. A, bo jeszcze 100 trzeba chyba, tak? Dobrze widzisz tam.
No jeszcze 100.
Kurwa, Maro źle zobaczył. No pijany jest, no. Dziękujemy ci oczywiście bardzo serdecznie, Maro.
Disciples of Warlock.
To są ciężkie działa, dosłownie i przenośni.
And their spells. And their grit. Ready for plenty of hurt. Ready to cleanse the world. Invaded by demons. Introducing Band of Warlocks. Because this time, one man is not enough.
Kosiar dobił.
Kosiar 89 wysyła 100 zł.
No nie mogę.
Panowie zdrówka.
There you have it, the 2021 PC Gaming Show.
A tu my mamy jakiś challenge, że co 100 zł pijemy?
Huge thanks to my co-host Frankie Ward, Mika Burton, and of
Już
course
muszę Kosiarowi.
my
Kosiar to jest taki
incomparable
wspomagacz
sidekick
jak i Maro, że muszę za tych dwóch wypić. To już polej po tym kielonie. To są tacy kurde spoko ludzie, że to nie mogę wytrzymać.
What word, DevBot? Incomparable?
No, sidekick. Well, the time has come.
Dobra, to poszerzaj ten cel.
And become the one who is not the sidekick anymore.
Huh?
Słuchaj, jeszcze mamy jeszcze
żelazo.
Jeszcze mamy godzinę.
What?
Setting a course for Earth.
Wait, DevBot, you can't do this. We just had the best PC gaming show ever.
Dobra, wypierdalać, bo już 4 minuty zostały. No, raź go prądem, polej wodą, raz ciepłą, raz zimną. A, to nie. Patrz, karty na ziemię lecą. Ty, ale kurwa by była reklama, jakby teraz wyskoczyło, że one pierdolły w ziemię i że w stok, że są w sklepie w Nvidia. I można je kupić. że kurwa są dostępne na stronie. Ja bym kupił. Patrz. Kalifornię pierdolnęły, tam gdzie jest magazyn Nvidia. Tykaj, gdzie oni tam mają. Sure, to on. To be continued next year. Dobra, ja jest w szoku, moi drodzy.